Hello friends. There's been an unexpected flood of spending phone dispatches in the previous barely any months. The Redmi 9 from Xiaomi being one of them. This ongoing contribution is valued under 10,000 rupees and is the replacement to the Redmi 8. The Redmi 9 sold in India shouldn't be mistaken for the worldwide model of a similar name, which is sold as the Redmi 9 Prime here. The Indian adaptation of the Redmi 9 is really a changed Redmi 9C. With a beginning cost of 8,999 rupees, which is the variation I'll be checking on today. It's an ideal opportunity to check whether the Redmi 9 is a superior pick than other ongoing dispatches, for example, the Realme C12 and Narzo 20A. Redmi 9 performance. The Redmi 9 is fueled by the MediaTek Helio G35, a similar one utilized by the Realme C12 and C15. There are two variations of the Redmi 9, both with 4GB RAM. You can pick somewhere in the range of 64GB and 128GB of capacity for 8,999 rupees and 10,999 rupees individually. The phone additionally has Wi-Fi, Bluetooth 5 and FM radio. The last actually requires a headset so as to work, however one isn't packaged with the phone. The Redmi 8 had remote FM radio, which worked without requiring a headset. Performance is good, remembering the spending idea of this phone. The Redmi 9 sudden spikes in demand for MIUI 12, which depends on Android 10. There's some noticeable stutter in the animations and there was some delay in opening apps or system menus at times. It's like the experience I had with the Realme C15, which had a similar measure of RAM. Be that as it may, benchmark scores were reliably lower than what Realme's contributions. Gaming execution was somewhat frail, aside from basic titles which did approve. Games, for example, Grand Mountain ran well, however heavier ones like Asphalt 9. Legends battled to run at a smooth edge rate. Recordings looked okay on the phone's presentation and the bass terminating speaker got very noisy. MIUI 12 looks decent and is similarly as utilitarian as the past variant. In any case, the stock applications are as yet filled with promotions, and sometimes, these will in general spam the notice conceal with spontaneous cautions. There are likewise a lot of pre-installed applications which obstruct the home screen, yet fortunately, the majority of them can be uninstalled. Redmi 9 design. The Redmi 9 is genuinely tall and wide, which is something I quickly saw when attempting to utilize it with one hand. Fortunately, it doesn't feel too thick or substantial despite the fact that it measures around 9 mm and weighs 194 grams. The force button is anything but difficult to reach, yet the volume catches require a touch of hand rearranging as they are set over the force button, on the correct side. The triple opening SIM plate is on the left, there's an earphone jack on the top, and the micro USB port and speaker are on the base. It's amazing to see Xiaomi return to a micro USB port here, considering this present phone's antecedent had a USB Type-C port. A solitary plastic shape shapes the side casing and back board, which loans the Redmi 9 a decent unibody feel. The nature of plastics utilized is acceptable, and the phone feels exceptionally durable. The Redmi 9 has a square-formed camera module on the back, which is by all accounts an ongoing pattern that numerous Android OEMs are receiving. The finished back surface feels grippy and doesn't draw in fingerprints. There's a round indent for the unique mark sensor, which is somewhat littler than expected, however functioned admirably as far as I can tell. There's face acknowledgement as well, which wasn't exceptionally fast. The Redmi 9 has a 6.53-inch IPS HD Plus show with a 720 by 1600 pixel goal. I discovered the review points and hues to be entirely acceptable, positively better than those of the Realme C12 and C15, which I as of late tried. The brilliance was additionally satisfactory in spite of the fact that it could have been somewhat higher. Being a spending phone, there's no high invigorate rate or any such decorations. There's a dewdrop indent on the top, and recognizably thick bezels for what it's worth. In the crate, the Redmi 9 is joined by a 10W charger, information link, SIM launch instrument, and client direct. You don't get any defensive case or headset. Redmi 9 battery life. The Redmi 9 conveyed a more than good battery life, I would say. I was effectively ready to approach a day and a half or considerably longer sometimes, on a solitary charge of the 5000 mAh battery. In our HD video circle test, the Redmi 9 ran for 18 hours and 25 minutes, which is an excellent time. Nonetheless, charging this enormous battery takes some time. Even following an hour with the package 10W charger, the Redmi 9's battery just got up to 37%. This phone doesn't uphold quick charging, which is a touch of frustrating. Redmi 9 cameras. As far as optics, the Redmi 9 has a genuinely unassuming arrangement. You get a 5-megapixel selfie camera, and a 13-megapixel essential back camera, alongside a 2-megapixel profundity sensor. The camera application offers the essential shooting modes, in addition to a pro mode all things considered. Picture quality is genuinely normal when shooting in sunlight. HDR is taken care of well, however better surfaces in scene shots will in general look grainy when you zoom in. Close-ups fared somewhat better, yet presentation wasn't generally sufficient. The self-adjust speed was okay, however not incredible. Picture mode worked genuinely well, in any event, for objects.